Grandma, buckle up. I'm not just a Golf. I'm a G60. A first-person story through the eyes of a car. Awakening. I stood in the garage like an old warrior in retirement. Dust on my hood, a spider web in the air intake, and only the supercharger sometimes sighed in its sleep. Ah, those were the days. 0 to 60 in 8 seconds, and not a single stabilizer bar inside. And then the creak of a door, light, the smell of lavender, mothballs, and пирожки. It was her. Grandma, in a headscarf with determination in her eyes and a bag that I am sure had at least 1 thermos, 3 jars of jam, and a spare sock in case of revolution. Sonny, I've decided to go for a drive. To the store and maybe to the dacha. You don't mind? Mind? I am a G60. I was made for speed, for driving, and, well, okay, sometimes for a trip for getting potatoes. Pre-launch preparation. She got behind the wheel. Raised the seat to the level of a moon of Jupiter. Adjusted the mirrors so that she could see her youth, not the road. Oi, everything is so low, like in a tank. Yes, Grandma. That stance, that style. That's when the suspension is stiffer than Grandpa's disposition. She buckled up, checked the brakes, patted the steering wheel. No, let's go, my German stallion. I almost stalled from excitement. Pensioner races. We drove off. At the first turn, she used the turn signal 300 meters ahead. At the second, she slowed down to let a pigeon, a cat, and I think the shadow of a cloud pass. At the third, she hit the gas. And I, honestly, wasn't expecting it. My tires screeched like teenagers on TikTok. The supercharger howled like a teapot on steroids. And Grandma said, "Oi, how zippy! Just like in my youth when we used to race to Bremen in the Wartburg." I understood. This woman is my kind of person. The dacha special stage. We arrived at the dacha. The road was like something after an apocalypse. Potholes, bumps, and one suspicious mole who was clearly against our visit. But Grandma was like a rally champion. The main thing is not to be afraid and not to spare the suspension. The suspension cried. I was filled with admiration. She parked perfectly between 2 birch trees without touching a single root. A good little car. Just noisy. The muffler needs to be fixed. No, Grandma. I'm noisy out of love. Wisdom and oil. At the dacha, she opened the hood, looked at the engine. Oi, so many little pipes, like a samovar. That's intercooler, Grandma. That's engineering poetry. She took out the пирожки, placed the thermos on the battery, and said, "You know, Sonny, a car is like a person. If you love it, it will go. And if you scold it, it will leak oil. I almost overheated from the philosophy. Epilogue. I am a VW Golf 2 G60. I thought I was made for the young, the daring, with their stickers and vinyl. But now I know, sometimes to feel like a real sports car, you need a grandma with пирожки, a thermos, and a heart that beats in time with the supercharger.